Hey guys, I'm Sarah. I am here with my cup of tea. I'm about to go and plan our... Sorry, I've got a kitten bumping the camera at the moment. Oink! So this is Gretel. So my average food bill each week, it's usually on a really cheap week, it's around $150. On a more expensive week, it's around $200. And that depends a lot on whether I need to stock up on essentials like I buy the big bags of flour and that sort of thing. Unlike my other videos, I won't be doing school lunch boxes because it's school holidays at the moment. The number one rule I go by is I don't buy snacks for school lunch boxes at the supermarket. I make my own muesli bars, crackers, cheesy puff crackers, you know, muffins, slice, bickies, popcorn. When you're buying popcorn, buy it in a bag of kernels, don't buy the pre-made stuff. Just always be thinking what you can make yourself. When I'm planning my shop, I plan for what I'm going to make for school snacks and just make sure I've got the ingredients there. But when it comes to dinners, first thing I do, look at your fridge, look at your freezer, look in your pantry and see what you have already got and if you can make a meal out of what you have already got. Obviously then you want to add to your list the things that you need to complete those meals. Now, not only is that a good way of keeping costs down because you're using what you've already got, but it's also a way of making sure that you don't have tons and tons of stuff in your freezer and your pantry. You know, you actually keep on top of what you've actually got in there. I do try and limit the meat intake. So like with mince as an example, chuck in some beans, some lentils, some rolled oats. Rolled oats are a good thing for bulking up your mince. Try and get 2 meals out of that serving of mince instead of just 1. Okay, so we're just going to go out on the shop and I've just done a bit of a plan. As I say, I look in the pantry, look in the fridge, look in the freezer. What have we already got? We've got a few cans of baked beans in there. We've got enough sausages for 1 meal. So I'm going to do, probably towards the end of the week, what I call a sausage and bean mishmash, which is something I've sort of, well, Clint actually just invented. So you'll see what that incorporates. That is a good thing to incorporate all the leftover stuff at the end of the week, you know, particularly little bits and pieces of veggies, all that sort of thing. So I've got a few cans of tomatoes in there. I've got a fair bit of flour, but I'll buy some more. And I've also got some ham that is in the freezer that actually needs using. And I've got some onions, so I'm going to make a pasta dish one day this week. So I'll probably get a bit more flour for that, and I just need to buy some garlic. So I've got all the other ingredients for that there. I can make burgers just out of, you know, I can make burger buns out of pantry staples. I do need to buy some more flour, some more high-grade flour for that, so I've got that on my list. Now when it comes to the burger patties, I will decide when I get to the supermarket because I make my own burger patties and it will depend on the price of mince. So if mince is, I've got my own little rule when it comes to mince. If it's around the $10 a kilo mark, I don't mind buying it, or better still if it's lower than that. If it's lower than that, I might buy a few packets. If mince is not on special, if it's too expensive, then I'll buy a couple of cans of chickpeas instead and I'll make falafel patties to go in the burgers. And, you know, write down all the salady ingredients that I'll need to go with that. Now also, I'm potentially going to do a couple of chicken dishes this week. Depending on the price of chicken, it's sometimes you get chicken on a good special, and same sort of rule. I go for the, if it's over $10 a kilo, I tend to not bother. Often you get it for like $8.95 a kilo at Pack and Save, and so I might get that. So I'll get enough chicken to do a couple of nights. I was planning on crunchy chicken and chips. If chicken's not on special, I'll get some sausages and I'll just do sausages and chips that night. Now with the rest of the chicken, I was going to do some wraps. Again, if chicken's not on special and sausages are really cheap, I might do sausage wraps, or I'll get some cannellini beans and I'll do my smoky baked beans. So I've got onions, I've got canned tomatoes, and I've got paprika. I've got a few leafy things going on in the veggie patch. So I've already got a fair amount of ingredients to do that. Now I've got a big sack of potatoes that I bought last week. Still got a lot of potatoes left for, you know, for if I do chippies. Now I'm also thinking there's quite a few large potatoes in there, so I might do baked potatoes one night. I will need to buy because I like putting creamed corn and chili beans along with maybe like a bit of bacon or ham or some kind of chopped up protein type stuff as well. Maybe a little bit of chopped up broccoli. It just depends what I've got on at the time. Depends what's on special when I get there again. A regular family favourite with us is nachos. The kids all love nachos. I've got most of a head of lettuce in there still that needs using up, so I'll use that for that. I'll get another lettuce because we're planning on burgers as well. But I've got a can of lentils in there. I've got a packet of the dried soup mix, the type that's got split peas and barley and that sort of thing in it. I tend to do that. I do like a veggie version of nachos, but I put beef stock in it to give a nice beefy flavour. It is really, really yummy. And I've got canned tomatoes, but I'm using a few tomatoes this week, so I might pick up an extra couple of cans. I'll get the chili beans for that and the nacho chips. So again, that's something that I had a few things for, but not all the things. And then I'll just go through and pantry staples. I buy milk powder instead of actual milk. You know, I get the Pam stuff. I find this is the best taste wise, but it's also one of the cheapest, so that's a bonus. I need some more cheese. I mean, there's always things that I might swap out instead of baked potato. If I've still got some cheese left at the end of the week, I might make a cheesy potato bake instead. So you've got to allow for your mood changing. That's the only thing that I find with having like a structured meal plan, is I make sure I've got enough ingredients for 7 dinners, but I don't say I'm going to do this on this night, this on this night. I plan for a couple of nights where I can't be bothered, hence the sausage and bean mashup. A couple of nights a week, not this week because they haven't started yet again for the year, but normally my kids have taekwondo a couple of nights a week, and so I need to have something I can pre-prepare and actually like a casserole or some kind of one pot dish. So normally I do think ahead and think, right, this night I'm going to need something. I can plan ahead and it's just going to be there ready to dish up. I've pretty much written down everything. As I say, fruit and veggies, I just go by what's seasonal and what is cheapest when I get there. There's a few things. I need chook pellets for our 15 chickens down there. Need some more mayonnaise. Need some more washing up liquid, toilet paper. I use white vinegar for a lot of our cleaning. We've still got plenty of that left. That is my rough meal plan for the week, so we'll see how we go. They have an aisle of value when you first go into Pack and Save. Make sure if you look for something like a block of cheese and they've got it on special there, also look where the cheese normally is, because often, even though that's a special price for that brand, there might be another brand of cheese that is still cheaper. When you're looking at the fruit and veggies, always look at the price per 100 grams. For example, the tomatoes, $3.99 for a punnet, 500 grams in that punnet. The loose tomatoes were $2.39 per kilo. So, you know, a quick bit of math. Going to butchers can be cheaper than going to the supermarket for your meat. For your fruit and veggies, farmers markets are brilliant. Produce markets, greengrocers, whatever. It is well worth having a look around. Cheaper brands, often there's not much difference. Sometimes there is, and you'll find, you know, have an experiment and you'll find what brands are actually worth paying a bit more for and when there really isn't much of a difference. Normally the premium brands they put on the shelves, they're quite strategic. They put them at eye level, and then the cheaper brands are actually a bit further down. I looked at the sour cream, 500 gram pot $5.59, 250 gram pot was $2.49. It's actually cheaper on that occasion to buy 2 smaller ones instead of 1 larger one. Things like buying canned mackerel instead of salmon or tuna can be a lot cheaper. Leftovers, make sure you always use your leftovers. Always be thinking about if you've got some casserole left over, can you add a couple of baked beans and mix it in with the casserole mixture and have it the next day on toast. Breakfasts, I've got a bit of a rule when it comes to breakfast cereal that I won't pay over $1 per 100 grams for cereal. I also make crumpets. Every now and then I'll make English muffins. So that can be a real cost saver if your family are willing to have them instead of cereal. Okay, so we've just come back from the shop. This is everything we've got at Pack and Save. It came to $163.40 all together. I did get some chicken that was on a good price, $7.49 a kilo. I did not get mince because that was like $14 something a kilo, which I won't buy. However, we did also stop off at the Heller's Factory store in Kaipoi for a total of $38. A big thing of Manuka smoked ham. I'm going to chop that up into ham steaks, shaved ham, some shredded chicken that'll be brilliant in wraps. We've got some frankfurters for a, I can't be bothered and I just want a frankfurter wrapped in bread with a salad or something nice. Got some bacon, pork sausages and some proper breakfast sausages. So they're all going to be sectioned up and put in the freezer. So that lot cost $38, but that's going to last for absolutely ages meat-wise. I'll do a little montage. I'll show you what dinners I make and what I used to make them with. So there we go guys, that's just our general week's roundup of lunches and dinners. I didn't incorporate breakfasts into that because I'm far too grumpy to take pictures of our breakfasts in the morning. But generally we just kind of cater for ourselves, even the kids. They get their own either crumpets that I make or they have cereal or whatever. The lunch platters that I showed, for the most part, that was sort of just for the kids, but me and Clint will get in on that sometimes as well, or we'll just make our own sandwich or whatever. It's fairly casual arrangement. The other thing I didn't incorporate was snacks. Of course, everything's included in that shop that I did buy. Generally just fruit. The kids have the snacks, or whatever kind of baking I might have been doing, crackers, cheese, whatever. But also it's just been Christmas at the time of filming this, so they've got treats for Africa at the moment as well, so I'll let them in on their treat box a couple of times a day. So there we go, and sometimes there's pudding or something after lunch, either one of their treaty things or fruit and yogurt, that sort of thing. So I hope that was of some help, some inspiration. Thank you to everyone who has hit like button, left me a comment, hit subscribe, and we'll catch you next week. Bye.